Bonjour et bienvenue sur ma chaîne. Recently, I haven't had a lot of time to study my languages, and I feel like I've been really lazy with my languages because I've been super busy with life in general recently with my work and trying to keep that going with taxes and VAT and with other things in my life going on. I've been going to loads of gigs and that kind of thing, and so I've just been super busy at the moment, and basically I haven't had a lot of time to properly sit down and study my languages, especially when I'm making these YouTube videos as well. Obviously this takes a lot of time just to make every individual video, hence why I only upload like once, maybe twice a week at the moment, even though I'd like to do more. But yeah, anyway, they take a lot of time to create, and so that takes away time from me studying my languages. However, there is something that I find quite useful in a situation like this when I go through a period where I'm just super busy and I can't sit down and study my languages, whether it's that I can't go on Babbel or Link or any other app. In this situation, I've recently discovered that just simply carrying around a pair of headphones like this is a pair of Apple, I think, whatever, official headphones, but basically carrying around a simple pair of headphones like this has helped me to get a lot more input recently. And because it's all been listening, I've been doing a lot of my Spanish because I've been really trying to focus on comprehensible input, which some of it has been, some of it hasn't been. Simply by putting it on, while I'm doing things around the house, or brushing my teeth or eating breakfast, even editing my thumbnails for my YouTube videos, it's helped me gain, an extra half an hour here, an extra 20 minutes there, and, the time adds up over time. And because of this, my Spanish has still maintained. I haven't been doing it as much in my other three languages because it's not as comprehensible for me as what Spanish is when it comes to listening. But it's one of those things, again, I don't have as much time at the moment as I previously did just to study languages in general. And so I have to sort of sacrifice a little bit of time for the other languages anyway, and I just have to focus on I guess the languages I can listen to. And I'm sure soon enough I'm going to find the right method or the right way to introduce myself back into going back on my apps to give myself enough time, because all it is essentially not being able to manage my time correctly because I've been so snowed under like everything going on right now. But essentially, I just wanted to point out the importance of having something as simple as a pair of headphones. I do have a pair of Beats, as I'm sure you've seen in many of my videos before, but the issue with that is that they're quite chunky and they're not always useful for portability. Whereas I recently acquired this pair of headphones, and it's a lot easier for me to carry around. It's a lot easier for me to screw up and put in my pocket, so I can walk out and about with it if I wanted to. You know, all of these different kind of ways that I can just carry around with me, and then when I feel like I can just put it on, listen to a podcast on Spotify or on Link or wherever it may be that I listen to my podcasts, and I just simply listen. It's not always intensive listening, sometimes it's just passively listening, and so I try and mix it up and I just basically do what I can. And I think as well, listening is a really important skill which personally I need to develop a lot when it comes to my languages, even with my Spanish, which is my most developed language. For one reason or another, my listening, especially when in conversation, really sucks, and so I really need to improve that skill. And I think if I can't have conversations, which is something that I struggle to have unless I pay for it on italki, for example, next best thing I can do to help me improve my listening skills is to listen to podcasts and that kind of thing. Considering when you learn a language, if you want to be actually good at that language, you need to listen and speak a lot in order to just get like a good grasp of the language. It's I think maybe sometimes overlooked by certain language learners, especially ones who may not know properly how to learn a language, or ones who are just trying to do everything independently. Maybe they don't listen as much and they spend so much time studying in a book and not as much time just enjoying actual media that comes from the country of that language. So if you don't already, I would highly recommend getting yourself a cheap pair of headphones. I mean, these were laying around in the house, so I just had them for free, but I think maybe they're like a tenner or something, so they're not the most expensive things, but essentially I would recommend getting yourself something like that anyway, some kind of setup so that it's easy for you to listen to things. Basically the less effort it is to actually study a language, the more likely you are to study it. And so give yourself the opportunity to actually at least listen to the language. The good thing about listening, as Steve Kaufman has said many, many times, is that you can do it literally anywhere, while you're driving, while you're cooking, while you're doing most things basically. And so unlike sitting down and studying a language through an app or a book where you have to actually dedicate time to that thing, you can do the listening while doing a lot of different activities. So just try and think about your daily routine where you could maybe introduce a bit more listening. get yourself a pair of headphones and just walk around either the house, or if you go on like daily walks, or even if you sit in your bedroom and you're chilling, maybe you're doing something else. Like for me, for example, I do thumbnails for my YouTube channel, and so while I'm doing that, I can be listening to a podcast. So just think about your daily routines where you can introduce listening. I'd highly recommend getting yourself some headphones. Also, another thing about headphones is that I find they help me to like tune out from like the outside world a little bit more, and I'm able to like almost focus more. And so if I'm listening out loud, then it's not quite as engaging for me as if I was doing it through headphones. So that's also like another benefit for me as well, to using headphones now compared to before when I was just, playing it out of my phone speaker. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to do a quick video to highlight the importance of using a pair of headphones, as well as just listening to your target language in general to help you learn your language. Merci d'avoir regardé. Bonne journée. Au revoir.